kill one. Every Wednesday, same place, same heat, same fun. If you know, you know. When the signal goes, we all go in. And the whole place blows. bigDAWGS. We hanging with the bigDAWGS. Wednesday one, we outside. 80 on, let it ride. bigDAWGS. We hanging with the bigDAWGS. Talk this fear, make it shake. Every Wednesday, no mistake. Fresh kick, stepping that floor. Shorty laughing by the back wall. Eddie say, bring your people. Now the whole crew came through tall. From the first shout to the last. Every second move too fast. When the name hit, everybody know the good times never pass. If you know, you know. When the signal goes, we all go in. And the whole place blows. bigDAWGS. We hanging with the bigDAWGS. Wednesday one, we outside. 80 on, let it ride. bigDAWGS. We hanging with the bigDAWGS. Practice fear, make it shake. Every Wednesday, no mistake. Tell a friend, bring two, make room. That's what we do. 1 o'clock, that door swings, and the whole crew shines through. bigDAWGS. We hanging with the bigDAWGS. Wednesday one, we outside. 80 on, let it ride. bigDAWGS. We hanging with the bigDAWGS. Practice fear, make it shake. Every Wednesday, no mistake.
All right, guys. Mic check, mic check.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right. Adrian.
Hello.
All right. Hey, Kev, how do we know how many people's in this call?
It says so. You got 16 people, my
Oh,
friend.
got it. Okay. Okay, so let's begin, guys. All right. Hello and welcome to the premiere of Hanging with the bigDAWGS. I'm your host, Eddie Davin, with my co-host, Adrian Mawada. Say hi.
Hello, hello. Hi,
Grant
everyone.
Saini.
Hi there.
And behind the scenes, Pantea Vasali, and she's running the chat and the clips.
Hi, everyone.
All right. So for those tuning in, welcome to the most unproductive part of your day, but hopefully the most entertaining. So in this episode, I wanted to tell the stories of how we ended up here at bigDAWGS, each of us, and how we started as a tech manufacturer, how we fell in love with print and embellishments, and how we got started making, what made us an award-winning embellishment producer. So to our viewers, the chat is open. Ask questions as we go along, and we'll try to answer it. Pantea, if you ever see anything interesting, just call it out, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be seeing it. And let's begin, guys. So you must have seen the trailers. Hopefully some of you have. I had this fun idea. Why not we tell our stories about on around the golf? So each of us recorded a little segment. And hey, Cran, Adrian, where do you want to begin? Do you want to begin with mine? Do you want to begin with Adrian?
I think we should start with yours, since you're the king.
All right. So let's go, Pantea. Let's run it.
Sure.
Hey guys, it's me, Adrian, with Karan and Ed.
What's up?
We're hanging with the bigDAWGS today, and we're going mini golfing.
Have you done this before at all? Like many?
No.
when I told you we're going to go golfing, I guess you want me to.
I didn't expect this. That's for sure.
Dude, this is my golf. This is okay. So the idea is you're supposed to get this in that hole.
Okay.
In as least amount of tries as possible, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So, dude, I suck at this too. Right? Anyway.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go watch.
Hey, that's one. That's one. Swing.
Okay. Hold on.
So while you do that, I know people are curious about a few things about you. What gave you the idea to start bigDAWGS?
It actually didn't start. It didn't start with where we are today with electronics and not even the print embellishment. It actually started with just promotional products. So imagine it's just this, or hats,
Okay.
or pens. But I realized that, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Hold on. I realized that it's such a competitive place to sell pens, t-shirts, because we're distributors and you get this from the same place, from the same factory, and they give you the same catalog. So I would go to a customer and say, hey, this is the price, this is the item. But then they go to another person who's selling the exact same thing with the exact same catalog. And what do they do? Oh, I'll just get it to you for cheaper. Okay, and then what do I do? Oh, I'll give it to you for cheaper. And guess what? There's no loyalty there, right? So
Yeah.
it was a tough business, and I decided, like, you know what? I got to do something. Oh man, this is the first one, and it's not it's not easy, man. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get disqualified. Okay. So I realized, what can I do that's different that other people can't? And at the time, I wasn't even thinking of electronics, but then I realized, there were some companies that were marketing greeting card campaigns. One company had this ideal of actually sending out like thank you cards, greeting cards, like Christmas cards on behalf of like real estate agents or insurance agents, and they would like do this handwritten campaign. So it's just a way to add a personal touch and sending out like a campaign or marketing campaign on behalf of these agents or these small businesses. But I realized something like that anybody can do.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, I'm at school electronics, and I thought, you know what? Let's come up with a way for these agents to. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking it's gonna win. Let's come up with these agents. Yeah.
How many is that? 6. Okay.
All right, your turn, buddy.
6.
So like I was saying, I wanted a way for these agents to really have a personal touch, and my skills in electronics, I decided to come up with a recordable greeting card that had to build. Oh my goodness, that's close, man. Dude,
No way.
dude.
Lock in.
So the recordable, it had like a microphone, you can record, and we still sell that product today. So imagine, an agent, and you want to wish someone a sentiment or thank you. What better way to do it than to actually hear their voice, right? So that's how it all began. All right. Oh, they.
2, baby.
So from there, we got into like many other things, NFC, video, LEDs, and a lot of different technology, and then that's how it kind of started into that Phygital space, mixing that technology with electronics with the actual print, and now we're getting into software and embellishments, and oh man, this is gonna be a ride, right?
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. All right, we're back. I think, Karan, you're having camera issues, so can I at least hear you? Can we hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right, okay, yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
All right, so guys, that's how we started. I mean, I actually started in just promotional products, and it just became such a competitive industry. So doing something else, using my skills in electronics and mixing it in. So started off with musical greeting cards, and then we expanded from there to video and to NFC. So I want to play this clip too. Pantea, can you run the clip on the video screen? So for those that don't know what we do, this is probably what we're known for the most, putting video screens in printed materials. So this is a video book. It's a hardcover book, and when you open it, there's actually a video screen inside. and we can custom print, custom load any video, and it talks about a certain value proposition. Could be product launch, it could be an event, and so on and so forth. Even in this book, which we don't show, we actually have NFC, which is basically you tap with your phone. So that is the kind of stuff that we do. But adding embellishments is also something else that kind of came afterwards. Any questions, Mateo, so far from anybody? No? Yes?
So Eric is asking, what is the biggest advantage you get from embellish print?
Oh, okay. So when we mixed it with our products, the decision to acquire the MGI wasn't based on print for pay, meaning it wasn't based on how much can we charge per piece. It was basically based on how much value just by having that equipment and adding it to our product will add. Meaning, in other words, if it either increased our sales by 10% or increased our retention by reorders of sales, or keeping our customers by 10%, or combination of that pays for itself. So we don't run the machine all day long, and we're definitely happy with that because it does add value. We're able to charge more for our things. We're able to be unique. There's a couple competitors in China that offer video screens, and I'm sure many of you might have seen that. But how many do that with embellishments? How many add this type of texturized effects to them? Not many, especially at the digital level. So we have such an advantage with that. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about who's next? Karan. So Karan, I want to talk about how you came on board, how you started, because there's a little bit of an interesting story to that.
Yeah, I think we should play that video and then we can talk. Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Pantea?
Right, so it's Karan's turn. Karan, how did you start your journey with bigDAWGS?
That's a good question. Well, I started as intern at bigDAWGS. So at school, like, you have to do this internship program, and then I think they probably saw something in me, so they end up hiring me at that time. But I was mainly hired for like prepress and fixing designs. But then slowly we started, like, we used to do like Pixel for our design agency. So we would take design jobs, like creating websites and stuff, designing websites, WordPress. And then I think later when we went for a demo for the printer, we actually saw samples for MGI. And I think that's when it sparked the interest on, like, what is this design? Like, it's basically like, sure, there are foils and stuff available, but like I've never seen before, like, the varnish effects and stuff. And then the fact that you can design and print, it's kind of like a spot UV spot, like race foil type of thing. So it was more focused towards like laser printers. And I think that's when me and Edgar, when we were at the Hanukkah Minolta, doing the demo for MGI, we saw a sample book and we were like, this looks really good. What if we sell this type of stuff? And I think that's when I started getting like really interested in embellishments, and that was my story.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well,
How come your videos are like shorter than mine? Mine went like 4 minutes.
I
Like
don't know, I just
yeah.
talk less, I guess. But yeah, I had to correct though. Like, the demo was for a printer, and
Yeah.
that was more like surprising. Where like we went for a demo and we wanted to see, like, oh, let's see the next gen printer, and then we saw a book that was made by MGI. It was like a sample book, and that's where it sparked the interest. Because when I started at bigDAWGS, to be honest, like I had no idea what am I getting into in terms of like the embellishments. Like I had no idea, like, I'm gonna go into embellishment. To me, it was more like a tech
Yeah.
and print, basically.
You started before we even thought of embellishment.
Yeah. And then it just what kept me here too, it's just like how when we started getting into embellishment, I started getting in it like super interested, because that was during like a COVID time, I think, where we bought a machine where we didn't
That's
have
right. That's
like a
right.
place to put, and the whole market went down, and then, well, that actually gave us like more time to play around with the MGI, and I think that's how we started getting more, like advanced, and better in the
So
machine.
so Kran, Begum Algae is asking, "What's up with your video, man?"
Oh, I don't know. It's
Yeah, you
the
got.
Edgar bought a webcam, and I think
Oh,
it's
blame
from
me.
Timu or
Ex-
something, maybe.
Dude, I got a budget, man. I gotta shoot within the budget. What are you talking about?
Hey Eddie, I don't know if you saw. I spotlighted a comment here. I'm interested to learn the video boxes. Do you find embellishments printed on that increase the engagement of the video versus just like having that cool technology and just a CMYK printed piece?
I mean, I told me the book itself with the video screen in it. Is that what we're referring to?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm wondering if embellishments helps people to actually want to
It
engage
does.
with the video
Because
screen more than they would if it was just a regular print, right?
I mean, from the outside, it looks like a regular book. What makes you want to pick it up? It's the embellishments. The embellishments is the one that gets the attention, and then when you open it, that screen really just opens the eyes. So, when I was actually showed a similar book to Jeff Peterson, FSEA, and when I was talking to him the first time, and I was showing the embellishments first, and his eyes were like, "Okay, this is good stuff." And then when I opened the book up and showed the video screen, eyes open wider. And then when I tapped it with my phone and showed the NFC part, eyes even more wider. So, there's a process of excitement. It does start with the outside package with embellishments. Otherwise, it just looks like a plain book. But then the experience gets bigger and bigger from there. So yeah, it definitely helps. It definitely helps. All right. So,
Oh,
any other
sorry.
questions? Yeah.
I heard when Karan first started in bigDAWGS, he was very quiet. And I thought, Karan, I thought you said, was it because you found Eddie boring?
Is that, you know what I think? What I think it was? Okay, I'm gonna tell the story of Karan, and Karan, forgive me for this if it's too much. But look, when Karan first started, he was like just fresh out of school, and he was new to the country too, right, Karan? I mean, you're just new
Yeah.
environment, fresh out of school. So, I mean, you started as an intern, and I remember when we had meetings, you would like hold up your hand just to ask a question. I'm like,
To be more
what's going on?
respectful, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's just one thing, and that's fine, whatever. I'm like, dude, you don't have to hold up your hand. But your boss at the time, Victor Lee, so he goes to me and he goes, well, hey, Grant's internship is gonna end. Let's consider keeping him on board full time. And I'm like, yeah, but he seems pretty serious. Like he doesn't smile and he doesn't laugh at my jokes. And I'm like, I don't know. Right. But but he convinced me. I'm like, because your work is good. So eventually though, like I think it's a month in, you started I've been joking around and you started cracking smiles, and I'm like, yeah, he's good. Let's keep him on board. But from now, like every day we joke around, so like totally different night of day. But I think I just needed to break that ice with you. I think that's what it was, right?
So Eric is asking, what was the key thing that happened for you being new that got you wanting to keep doing this?
It was Edgar's joke. Started getting me, like better and better, I guess.
Like it was worse before, but now it gets better.
You learn, it's okay. It's a learning curve. It's fine.
I learned too.
But yeah, it's I mean, when I start, it's also like the way my personality is. It's like if I don't know someone as like as much, I try to like not talk too much in a way where like I don't try to like joke or even laugh at some people's joke, because it's just like I don't know if it's rude or not. It's also I was new in the country too, so I'm getting familiar with these Canadians. well, I came from college, and then I remember like the stuff that I learned from college. One time, I even with the client, they were emailing about the I don't know, one of the project, and they were keep sending back-to-back emails in a thread, and I asked them to like just chill, it's okay, like we'll take care of it. And that was
You told the
apparently,
client to
Yeah.
chill.
That became look,
and that became a whole thing.
that became a whole thing. Like sales, I don't know, Grant. Sales called me and it's like, what the hell? Grant told the client to chill. I'm like, what? So I go to Grant. Grant, did you really tell a client to chill? But it was just out of context. I mean, Grant, you explained that.
It's because I came like, okay, I mean, the first time I came to this country, I ended up like, directly in college, and that's where I learned all these manners. And then it just like all of a sudden you go to working in, like the corporate job, and then it just like sometimes you just slip, I guess. But it was I started feeling like the client was getting nervous, and like, is it gonna get done on time, blah blah blah. And my reaction was like, just it's like chill, but like in a nice way. We're like, relax, like
Nice.
we get you, we got you. We'll get stuff done. Don't worry about it, like. And then the client was like, "Who the hell are you talking to?"
Oh my
So-
goodness.
But we
And
did
it-
get it sorted out, just so you know, guys.
and-
Like, yeah.
This is like one of many stories, and that's why I try to keep myself quiet when I first meet new people and stuff, and like try to see how the like the water is, like testing the water, go with the flow type of thing. But yeah, when we start talking, and then we make jokes.
Yeah. So I wanna go into Cran. Now I wanna go into how we got into the MGI. Let's talk about that because you were with me when we were mentioning the printer demo. So let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, so this was during I think COVID. It didn't even start
Before
like
it
COVID.
was a
Yeah,
bit before.
before. Yeah, it was before COVID. We were looking into printer, and then I think there was a book, a sample book of MGI that caught our eyes. I think Edgar knew it, but I had no idea what this prints were. So I was asking Edgar.
I heard about it, but
Yeah.
I'm like, Peter Mayoni was talking to me about it for like 2 years, saying, "We got this amazing machine and it's spot UV, spot foil," and I'm like, I already know that. What's the big deal? But I think when we were at the demo, I think we were waiting for something with the machine, and Peter pulls out this box. And what happened? I think we were like, me and you were like staring at
It's
this
like,
box.
Yeah, like, how'd you guys do this? Is it done in this printer? Which printer? And then he started talking about MGI and how, and it's also like how easy it is to make these design, like how cost efficient it was. Because in my head, like to get these type of stuff done, you probably need like a die machine, like the embossing, debossing, like every time you have to get like a die to get these things done, and it's also kind of like
hot
limiting.
stamping.
Yeah, so the way this machine the way it works, it's like it's so easy and quick to test your raised stuff, like I used to call it embossed in the beginning, because that's how I like kind of, it looks like embossing. It is embossing, but not like a stamp embossing. And then I was super impressed, and I was like, are we gonna get this machine? And you were like, no, we're not. We were looking for the actual CMYK, but you are also interested, I guess. And then-
Well, no, because again, like I was saying, I heard about it, and they were telling me, okay, yeah, spot UV, spot foil, but it's not. And you guys know this, Kevin and Eric, you speak about this all day too. It's not until you actually touch it and feel it, and just experience it. And I had that moment, and I'm like, you know what? We can add value to our business just by having this machine in our shop. So for I think another year, close to another year, we actually pulled the trigger.
yeah.
But funny enough, so this is kind of explains how Karan got really good. So funny enough, we bought the machine. I put down a deposit, half of the machine I put down in cash, and we didn't have a place to put it. We were still working out of an office space. Right now we have a facility, 6,000 square foot, but we had a little office space and we couldn't even fit the machine. So we bought the machine, and it was a demo machine. And I'm like going, well, you guys got to give me to Kanaka. You guys got to give me some time to look for a place. We gotta put this machine somewhere. I bought it, but I gotta look. So in the meantime, why didn't you let us use the machine in your demo room? Because it is a demo machine that we bought. And literally, Karan spent, what is it, 2 months, Karan?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, like
because it was with Dahl. I think Dahl used to work.
Ramadi, yeah.
He used to work there, and then I learned mostly, like at least the starting stuff from him on like how to operate this machine, how to even make files, and like he was a good teacher, to be honest. And the thing is, I used to go to one facility every day. I, with my sleeping bag and stuff.
You,
I
I
sleep
think they
there.
put, I think they put a little cot behind the MGI machine
Yeah.
for me to stay there. But I call it, I tell people you had like a residency there for like 2 months because you literally were there for every
Yeah.
day for 2 months. But that gave you so much experience on the machine. All right, Begum has a question. What is your strategy to get customers to buy into embellishments? Really, to be honest, we show them. We have to put it. The first thing we need to do is get samples in their hands. Deliver stuff if we need to. We can't talk about it. We can't even just show photos. Even videos sometimes it's hard to show. I'm thinking, getting in their hands. I think the next best thing is actually the, plug guys, Reactor software. That will definitely help. But they have to experience it. And I think that's a key thing for themselves to realize that the power of the tactile effects, the power of the experience that this provides, definitely Bingham. So that's what we need to do. But when it was delivered, it was actually delivered during COVID time too. Do you remember that command? I mean, I have the date. It says March 2020. So we actually found a place eventually. And it was delivered. I remember they were using gloves, masks, and everything was closed. And we didn't really use the machine much for customer work for a long time. But you know what, Grant? I'm thinking that gave us a lot of
Time to play
hands-on.
around with it. Yeah.
Literally, like it.
Play it and break it and fix
like
it.
break it. Like I mean, can you imagine? We had all these jobs queued up. I mean, I would not even do the
Yeah.
modifications or hacking of the machine as much as I would. You would not have done a lot of experimenting in the design side that you would. And I think honestly that actually came, it actually helped us greatly to get really good at it, becoming an embellishment producers. Begin, what type of ROI can you show to the customer? Or we do have stats. So we're putting together some case studies now. There was the study that University of Clemson and SAPI did as well, which is very interesting. But I won't go into that in more detail, but you can actually look that up. And there's a whole bunch of data. It's for a while there wasn't data, by the way. But recently there's tons of data that actually supports it's not just a pretty piece of print. There's actually hardback data. And I'm I'm doing some presentations even on that data. And I think Eric actually has Eric Vessels has a lot of presentations and material on that as well. So I encourage you to look it up. There's a lot of hard numbers that you can use. I'm sure there's a lot more opportunity to do case studies, and which we are trying to do now. So we look forward to doing that. And okay, moving on. So that is how we.
Sorry.
That is how we got really good with embellishments. And it's really, we didn't have that validation until Graphics Canada. But talking about that time, that's when Adrian started. So I wanna go into Adrian's segment and see how he got into this whole mess with bigDAWGS and everything else. So Pente, let's run that clip.
Oh wait, before that, I do have a video that goes into the story of the name bigDAWGS.
Oh yeah. I think we
Do you
teased
want
that.
to see that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been getting asked from a couple of people how I came up with the name bigDAWGS. It's actually not me. I didn't come up with it, and it was just totally random. Again, there was really no thought process involved. But let's play the clip. You guys will understand. Let's go.
How did you come up with the name bigDAWGS?
Oh wow, that's actually a good question. It's a good name and people remember it, but yeah. So for the longest time before I started the business, I was trying to come up with a good name. And nowadays it's even worse. But back then I had to even worry about website domains, and it was tough. It was very tough to find one. But I was trying to go with all these different ideals. One day, this guy messaged me, and it's a buddy of mine. I used to hang out with him all the time, and he would talk like a rapper, right? He would go, "Yo, dog," and he goes, "Yeah, yeah, doggy." And one of the things he goes, like, he kept saying, "I'm the big dog, yo, big dog," and stuff like that. So one time, I was trying to figure out what am I gonna name it, and all of a sudden, message, ping, "What's up, big dog?" I'm like, "Big dog, big dog," and then it actually stuck, right? So you know what? I'm gonna use it, big dog. That's it. Like it's just,
wow.
and then
No way.
yeah, like it's just such a random thing, but to this day, it's actually a good name. People remember it, right? So. So that's it, guys. I mean, yeah, it was just a random encounter with one of the people I knew that he talk like that. It's like, "Yo, big dog, top dog," and all that sort of thing. And it actually, I was able to find a domain name and was able to register a business, and I started using it, and people remembered it. People remembered it all the time. Like, I can go into places and go, "Yo, big dog," and I mean, it works. So I'm glad we ran into that. I just randomly decided to use that, and yeah, that's really it, guys. There's not too much to it, but okay. So, Adrian, let's do it. Adrian, let's talk about how Adrian got into this whole mess. First, before you want to clip, Adrian, you were an intern, right, as well?
Yes, exactly a year ago, I think.
Oh yeah, we should have had an anniversary party for you. What happened? You guys missed that. Unless you did have a party and you didn't tell me about it.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna plan something. You know what? I'm just gonna show up to your house with I want to take everybody to show up to your house randomly, whether you're ready for not.
Sure.
Bring food, music, alcohol. Just show up randomly, man. Okay, guys. Pantea, make a note. All right, so let's run Adrian's clip.
So Adrian, since you started as an intern here too, what pulls you in here? Like, why did you get interested?
The first thing why I even chose bigDAWGS in the beginning was knowing that we did production at the same place as pre-press. So I wanted to do a lot of hands-on stuff, and school didn't let us do any hands-on stuff. Everything we designed was digital. And I knew, like, when I interned, I knew, like, I needed to get my hands on those machines. Like, I needed to learn those machines. Like, even if, oh, no way. Oh, that was so
Almost.
cool. When we got invited to Graphics Canada, that's like when my eyes opened to the world of print. Because we've been told in school and just in general, like, oh yeah, print is dead. The way to go is like digital, animation, AI. When I saw like thousands of booths all dedicated to print, that's when I was like, this is big. Like, there's a lot of money put into this for sure. And I wanted to be part of it. So, no way. Okay, that's two. So, I put my best out there. I was talking to people, and I was just as curious as the people asking questions about bigDAWGS. And I think that's what solidified it for me, where I saw a lot of people putting this much effort, money, all these machineries for print. And when I saw that the embellishment was taking print to the next level, I was like, I want to be a part of that. Yeah.
Good.
Oh man, that was fun, right, guys? So Adrian, thousands of booths, man.
That seemed like that at the time.
Like maybe like 100 or something. But yeah, I mean, man, like you were great, like at Graphics Canada, man. Like it was such a refreshing um the way your attitude was. I mean, the way you were with people, the way you were with us, it was just amazing, right? So I don't know if I told any of you this, but I was in the car. We were driving Adrian home after the one of the Graphic Canada shows. I think this is the last day actually. And your internship was like coming up, and after we dropped you off, and I was with Marlene in the car too. By the way, Marlene's the head of operations here. So I was going to him like, I'm gonna miss Adrian, man. Like I don't know. Like I just feel bad. I'm gonna miss the guy, his personality, his positive, like positiveness. Let's try to find a way to keep him. And she agrees. Like, yeah, I love the guy too, man. I just try. So we found a way to make it work, and we actually brought you on board as Cran. What did we bring him on board for? Because he does a lot now. Well, what was up?
Even when he was doing the internship like this, like his project was to design for Graphic Canada, like using embellishments, like to design, like come up with like new products and stuff that we had, and like apply embellishments to these products and stuff. So I think that's how he started too. But then during Graphic Canada, like the way he talked to people, his personality and stuff, like it kind of made it like it's like kind of like a personality hire too. But
You know what? It ended up because, I mean, back then we didn't do
yeah,
a lot of social media. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people on this call have seen me doing a lot of videos, but you're gonna see a lot more of Adrian too. And Adrian's great. I mean, we've started getting some sponsorship deals, and
yeah.
we had Adrian write, produce, and act in his own videos.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show this video. It's upcoming. Kevin and Eric, we did a Tactosphere video, and it was all Adrian. And let me just say this. I mean, before we run the clip, I didn't even. I just assigned the task to you. I knew you were doing it, but I didn't know. But you had many tasks too. You were doing other things, and I'm just like walking around. I just see you randomly filming yourself in the warehouse, and then filming yourself behind, opening doors behind the MGI. I'm like, I'm like gonna cry. What is this guy
It
doing?
was like our first for this sponsorship video project. It was, we were thinking of like, oh, let's use AI because like at that time the AI video is getting like hyped up and virals and stuff. So we were thinking of doing AI videos, but then I think Adrian, when he started doing it, he's like, I'm not feeling it, and it's just like Adrian took a challenge, and then he just like,
he's like,
throw it up.
I'll just do it all. I'll produce, write, act. I'll do the whole thing. But you know what, dude? It came out. It came out so good. Let's run the clip, Antea. Guys, pay attention. This is funny.
Oh, the honeymoon phase, where you love your embellishment machine more than anything else. Isn't it shiny? Isn't it beautiful? But what does your team think about this new machine? I'm sure they love it. I think this new machine is a profit drain. I think this machine is defective. I just want foil on the logo. Why does it keep putting foil on the entire page? None of the salespeople know how to sell print with embellishment. Probably time for an intervention. Welcome to Tactosphere, a dedicated ecosystem for the business of digital embellishment. It's also the collective intelligence of many people from the industry, from print service providers to graphic designers to OEMs. You gain access to exclusive educational content, including expert articles, how-to guides, case studies, and interviews with industry leaders. Get real answers from real people who have been in the industry for many years. Be part of a community of embellishment experts. Join Tactosphere.
Man, I must have seen this like a gazillion times. I still find it hilarious. Kevin and Eric, can you guys unmute and I want you guys. I want to see and hear from you guys. What do you think about this?
I mean, first of all, I mean, I was putting it over in the chat. Adrian is just so good. Like, I watched it like 3 times back to back to back. It's just so well delivered. It's well edited, and it's just tongue in cheek. It's kind of our style of like laid back, kind of having fun. You know, we always say, and I put this in the chat too, like what I love about the culture at bigDAWGS, and I think why it meshes a lot with Tactile and the Tactosphere and everybody in it so far is, and we always say this, we say that we don't take ourselves very seriously, but we take the business very seriously. And that comes across from you guys, right? I see the work that Adrian and Karan and you, Eddie, and the whole team is putting out, and it's damn good, right? But you're also just always laughing and having fun and not taking, you know, things or yourselves too seriously. So, I mean, I love everything about it. And I can't, I mean, Kevin, did we pay something for that commercial? Because that was really, really good.
We did.
Yeah.
Still waiting for the bill. So
like 10,000 bucks or something, or 20,000 bucks, whatever. I'll come up with a number later.
store.
But I'm interested to know, guys. I think maybe some people that are here still with us, mostly in the Tactosphere, want to know is just like what is it that keeps that culture around, and how does it relate to? Because I feel like most people that are doing digital embellishments have a different culture than people who are doing commoditized print. And talk about that a little bit, all of you, if you would.
I will begin. And, you know, I was actually thinking of doing this as a separate topic, but let me just kind of summarize it a little bit. So I give an example.
We'll consider this a sneak peek,
150%.
Eddie.
Yeah, 150%. So, you know, you guys know I work with a lot of PSP partners, and we have a hub up north, just from, when I say up north, it's not that far, like 10 minutes away from us. And they do more of commodity print, so just book lists, non-embellishment stuff. And we were in the shop one time, and I'm like, you know how I am, guys. I'm like joking around, like, hey, how's it going? And the people there were like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, like, and then they don't talk to each other. So we see them interacting with each other, and they're like, don't even say a word. Here, we joke around so much. Like, we have so much fun. Like, it's not just on camera. It's not on social media. But we can do too much. But we joke around quite a bit, right, guys? Sometimes we have to like,
Yes.
hey guys, we have to actually work.
Yes.
We have to actually work sometimes.
Yes.
But I was like thinking it's just me. Then I go, I don't know who else is there, but I was like, was it Ukraine? I was like going, hey, do you notice anything like when you walk into these shops, like the atmosphere is totally different. And it's not the first place. I've seen other places, and to be honest, it's also the calls. Like when I go on the calls with you guys, it's just a totally different atmosphere from when I'm going on calls with just a commodity printer. Like, they're all serious. They don't want to joke around.
So I think it begs the question, though, Eddie, and let me ask it this way, and maybe Kevin jump in too from your experience, because I know you've seen a lot of this embellishment kind of get there. And I know Ken Heisinger, you're on the call too, have seen a lot of this happen. Is it the culture that brings in the embellishment, or can the embellishment change the culture? Which came first? I'm interested to hear that.
So repeat that. I didn't get that. Go ahead.
So I'm wondering which came first. Like, was it just the culture that enabled you to get into digital embellishment and like have that excitement and that kind of artistic flair and that designer mentality, or was actual bringing in embellishments something that helped the culture to get this fun kind of culture? Or maybe it's a mix of both. But I'm just wondering, like, it's a which came first kind of question in my head right now.
Chicken. I think that came first.
Corinne, answer that.
The chicken.
Corinne, answer that, Corinne.
Well, I think it's kind of like mix of both, but to me personally, I think it was the culture that came first, because even when I started, I like for a year, I think for a year or two, I was kind of like, is Edgar's always gonna be like this? Ed thought that I'm serious. I thought that Ed's serious. It just like it was kind of like. But then when we started talking more, we started like, cracking jokes and stuff. And I think that's when we started getting more into like like easy on like chill type of vibe, not super serious. And then we started getting into embellishment and stuff. But I think it like you need both. I think you need culture and then embellishments and stuff. Like it just like you get um be more experimental with new things too. Like you're not that scared of experimenting. Again, like it can apply to anything, but like I'm applying it to testing, like experimenting embellishments, like trying new different things and stuff like that. But I've noticed that like in other places, like in a regular print shop, I would say regular print shop, but like like cool print shops maybe, but
Commodity. Yeah.
commodity print shops, people are scared to even experiment new things. Like it's just
Yes.
like
Yes.
one thing
Y-
all the time. It just like they know what they're doing. You do your job, go home. Do your job, go home.
Mhm.
And I think it's also the personality of everyone here too. It's like we're not um like shy. Basically, I would say like we like if we want to try something, we just say it, and we'll see if someone doesn't like it. Okay, sure, like we won't. But like most of the time, because Edgar's personality is the same as ours too. So Edgar's like, yeah, sure, let's try it. But sometimes Edgar
Well,
goes really
but
far.
I have so many ideas that you guys shoot down, right? Just so you know. But
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
but I'd like to add to this. So to answer your question, I think the culture was already there, and it kind of started with me experimenting with things, and it's the innovation. To be honest, it's the innovation of the technical the tech products, but then it expanded into embellishments. And I'll give you an idea. We have a patent pending on synthetic material, so we're doing embellishments on synthetic material, and it was a whole different type of innovation. So it added to what the tools of innovation that we can use. So now we're able to do floor graphics or banners with raised UV raised foil, car magnets with raised UV raised foil, and this is something that we're doing a patent pending on, using embellishments. But to be honest, everybody that comes in here, and I think some people in this call would agree that every week you come, there's something new, there's something crazy that we were coming up with. So it's that excitement, that innovation, I think that just drives us. Like we're always constantly thinking of new things, and some stuff is not really, I guess, profitable in some sense, but it's cool. Like we just love our work. We love
Well,
the
I think
innovation.
it's that culture, and we talk about this a lot in our boot camps too. When we're when we're training printers that have new embellishment equipment or old that's being underutilized, is like play, experiment, like that culture of like, could we do this? Could we do that? Let's try that. Maybe it's going to break. Who know? I don't know. And I think when you break out of that, what you guys are seeing in those commodity shops, as you call it, or whatever, is like they've got a book of work. They're running. The machines are going ka-chung, 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 and they're just like they're punching the clock, going to work. Where you're coming in, and it's kind of like Willy Wonka, right? It's like, what can we do today? Like, what could we try? What could we, produce? And I think that's the culture, I think, that really becomes successful when you get this kind of capability, and that's where you can take it to the next level. And you guys are just like a shining example of that. And Kevin and I noticed it like really, really, really quickly when we were both at Graphics Canada, right? And just like, a half an hour later, we were shooting a video and spinning up case studies, and now we're great friends. So it's congratulations on what you've built in terms of a culture there,
Oh,
because I think
thank
it's
you.
enabling success with digital embellishment, and I think it's something that's really important. And I'll be honest with you, everybody that goes through our boot camps, at the end of it, you can see them get excited about that, because it starts to shift their mentality and their thinking of like, we got this thing that does this cool stuff, and we can play, and we can dream, and we can figure it out. And that's the beauty of digital embellishment. And that's the advantage to that. The I don't know if it's a subconscious advantage or an underlying advantage, is what goes along with that is better ROI, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it does add to the team atmosphere too. Like, I mean, maybe that's the hidden benefit, but I mean, I think it does add to it. I mean, every time I talk to other people in the embellishment industry, I mean, everybody's passionate about it. So I think it is something that it could be team building, and some of them don't experiment, but the people that do, the people that like to do cool stuff, right? Then yeah, it drives businesses, it drives teams to have fun. Okay, so Team Big Dog is getting everything right. Youth excitement, creativity, I'm so happy. Oh, thank you, Ken. So we're about to come up to the end here. We actually were planning to run this only for 45 minutes long, but we kind of went over. But yeah, I wanted to basically end here. So this whole episode, we wanted to introduce how we came to be, but also how we got into embellishments. But we didn't get noticed until Graphics Canada, until I met Kevin and Eric. And it's been a wild ride after that. So next week, I plan to do a whole episode on that. How I met Kevin. I'm like, who is this guy? When I first met him. And Eric, and like, who is this guy? Looks like a biker. Like, what's going on? And yeah, I mean, Eric, I mean, Kevin, I told you guys when I met you, I couldn't sleep, like, out of excitement. I mean, you guys added to my whole, I guess, lack of sleep and excitement. But it's been a wild ride ever since. I mean, even to this day, it's still going. We're still doing a lot of cool stuff with you guys. So, and thank you for that. But yeah, I want to go into that because I want to. There's some stories behind that, and then that interview that you did like that was interesting. So yeah, let's talk about that next week. So yeah,
Yeah,
are we
I'd love
coming up
to.
to wrap?
One thing I would ask before you sign off is you guys are doing lots of cool stuff. You showed us some of the cool stuff that you're working on. For those of us who want to start tuning in every week, every Wednesday at 1 to kind of watch your show, tell us a little bit more what kinds of themes you guys are thinking about, like exploring. Like, why should people log in? Why should we get people to come in? Tell us a little bit what we can expect from Hanging with the Big Dogs over the next couple of months as we ramp up your show.
So we have a few topics that we are coming up with. The topic after next week. So next week we're going to talk about how we got recognized for embellishment work. But the week after, we are planning to talk about what we call the silver tsunami. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people in the industry, print industry, that are either retiring or on the verge of retiring. And there's a gap that, well, there's a lack of people to replace them. They're gonna, when they retire, they're gonna take a lot of the skill set and a lot of experience with them, and that's a problem. So I don't know if you guys seen it, but we've seen it in a lot of the shops that, yeah, a lot of these pressmen, digital or offset, are fairly up there.
Sure.
I
So like
I
every
don't.
week you're gonna pick like a different topic and jump into it, and sometimes it's gonna be embellishment related, and sometimes it's gonna be printing related, and sometimes it's gonna
Yeah.
be technology related, just so that people kind of get a good feel
That's
for
right. That's right.
what to expect.
That's right. So I mean, another topic would be color management.
Right.
There's a whole thing in color management, but it seems to be becoming a little bit more less and less relevant. I mean, I'll risk saying that, but yeah, with the tools now in the DFE that handles color management a little bit more better than 10 years ago.
And I think that's important, right? That people know that, okay, yeah, you understand the world of inkjet embellishments, but you're also very heavily involved in the world of fifth and sixth toner embellishments.
That's right.
And I think that's going to be really fascinating to see you kind of walk that line between those two technologies and what's technically possible, what's commercially possible, what you can do in the market, what you can do in the marketing, how you sell this kind of stuff. It'll be really interesting to kind of get your point of view on how you're leveraging these technologies. I'm really looking forward to learning that from you.
No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're working on, and I'm grateful to be able to work with a lot of different partners, a lot of different OEMs. So that is something that definitely be able to show and help us expand, on topics in our Big Dog Hanging with the Big Dog show.
Awesome, very nice.
All right, guys. So signing off.
Eddie,
Yeah.
real quick, I wanted to tell people that I put your a link to your LinkedIn in the chat as well, and I'm assuming that people could reach out to you if they've got ideas or things that they want to see out of Hanging with the Big Dogs, things they want to hear, learn from what you guys are doing, whether it's applications or technology or just business philosophy or anything. Reach out to Eddie, and he's not shy. He's a content machine like myself and Kevin, and like I said, there's a lot of mutual vibe there. So looking forward to it, guys. Thanks so much for the introduction today. The mini golf was an amazing way to introduce yourselves and kind of in a lighthearted way. And it's so great to see your smiling faces. And Adrian, it's good to see your smiling face and the side of your head at the same time when it's on the screen. Like I get 2 views, which is really good. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in to Hanging with the Big Dogs. And yeah, looking forward to next week and what's going to come. But don't be shy, everyone, to ask if there's things that you want to hear from them or see or anything like that. I'm sure from one content monster to another, we are never at lack of ideas. We're always needing ideas to spin up some new content.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
thanks everybody for being in the live. Anything you want to say to bring us out?
Who, me?
Yeah. No, for you. Yeah, you, Eddie. It's your
Okay.
show.
Well, okay. I know. I thought you were doing the outro.
Sorry, man. Old habits. You can't break them.
Yeah, no worries. All right, guys. Like Eric, can you make a mic? Yeah, like Eric said, reach out to me. I answer a lot of questions. People reach out to me all the time. So, and if you have any content ideas, I'd love to hear it. And I also want to bring guests on the show. So if you're interested in talking about some topics, let me know. I want to hear from you. But hey, that's it for now. We're coming on. But time for Avian, Cameron, Pantea, and myself, Eddie Davin. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
All right, bye.